Live free or die. $83 million verdict in E. Jean Carroll case against Trump ignites firestorm. Well, the Democratic Party warned Trump, do not run against the Democratic Party in the state of New York. They will destroy you and your family should you oppose their absolute power. Think of what Trump was convicted of in New York. They wrote a state law signed by Democrat Governor Hochul in 2022, after he was safely out of office, to go after Trump after the statute of limitations, based on a woman who only accused Trump after he became president. This law was written to get one man and one man only, Donald Trump. Look at the smiles of everyone there. They know precisely what this law was for and whom it was intended to target. So they convict him on this law, a he said, she said case where Trump said he didn't even know this woman, and after he would have been mobbed in 1995 at this mall's department store as the most famous New Yorker alive. Yet he's going to sneak in after a Democrat journalist and sexually grope her. Trump denied this happened, so then they hauled him into court again for assaulting her for defending himself. That's right. You can assault someone by denying that you assaulted them, at least in modern politics. So now the jury has slapped him with an $83 million judgment in a trial where the judge gagged him from defending himself. Trump delivers brief, fiery testimony in E. Jean Carroll trial. "This is not America, not America, this is not America," Trump said as he was exiting the courtroom. "I never met the woman," Trump told his lawyer. Trump's lawyer asked him whether he stood by his deposition, in which Trump again denied the assault. 100% yes. His lawyer asked her client if he had instructed anyone to cause harm to Carroll. "No, I just wanted to defend myself, my family." Donald Trump was actually ordered by the judge not to defend himself. This is all rigged, folks. Notice that New York Governor Hochul is conveniently absent making any comment about this case. She signs the law to get Trump and then is not available in all of the celebrations to comment about Trump being convicted on it.
I wanted to make sure we start approximately on time because people have waited long enough. Okay. The bill is signed.
This law cannot stand any legal scrutiny. It means that every adult male in the state of New York can be convicted of a rape accusation with zero evidence as long as you find a jury that doesn't like the defendant. I always smile when a Democrat says that Trump supporters are in a cult of personality and that he is a cult leader. They have no idea what the basis of support for Trump is, and it's why they have wasted their time contriving every extra-legal attack on Trump, both in and out of government. Donald Trump is not the issue, and never was. Trump is the symptom of an American populace disgusted with an entitled ruling class who believe themselves to be our masters. A massive federal bureaucracy so arrogant that they proved that they believed their foreign policy superior to Trump, even testifying against the commander-in-chief in House hearings that he would not be permitted to conduct foreign policy without the permission of State Department bureaucrats. In 2016, the public rallied around Donald Trump because they saw him fighting for us, and it never mattered how he gossiped around women with Access Hollywood. It never mattered if he once donated to Hillary Clinton and Chuck Schumer. It never mattered if Trump didn't personally care in his lifetime about conservative issues like abortion or having a strong military. We voted for Donald Trump because we wanted to force change in Washington, D.C., to fight back against the bloated bureaucracies that believe the American populace exists solely to benefit the ruling class in the federal system. That is wrong, and an attitude that must be forcibly corrected at times in our nation's history. We are witnessing the deep state, the swamp, the federal bureaucracy, fighting back against a perceived threat, Donald Trump. It's why the National Archivist, of all people, ordered the FBI raid on Donald Trump's home of Mar-a-Lago. Laws do not matter to these people. The federal bureaucracy was protecting itself by doing something that no sane law enforcement official has ever gone along with in the history of our republic, ransacking a previous president's personal residence on a fishing expedition looking for crimes, a legal standard that even someone caught with a marijuana joint on their bedroom dresser could not be prosecuted over. This is called fruit of the poisonous tree if you don't know the legal standard. And so it went with every other indictment and phony lawsuit and trial to get Trump. The federal bureaucracy believe that if they get rid of Trump, they can get back to business as usual, which involves soaking the American taxpayer. Remember when President Obama had Louis Lerner at the IRS, investigating our taxes if we dared form constitutionalist voter registration groups. These people believe they are essential employees, and American taxpayers should be grateful every day that these public servants take our children's money, their inheritance, and spend it more wisely and on better projects than any taxpayer could for their own family. It's why we saw federal bureaucrats breaking every law in the book to prevent Donald Trump from building the border wall that the American taxpayer asked him to build. Federal judges were found to interpret the Emergency Powers Act, which is clearly written that the President of the United States has sole authority and discretion over what to spend funds on that he determines to be a national emergency, so that they could tell Trump did not apply because he was Donald Trump. Incredible. And this has been repeated in hundreds of ways during Trump's presidency, in ways that were eye-opening even to cynics like me, who thought we had seen it all concerning government excess, government abuse of power, and the sense of government entitlement to our money. Once Donald Trump was safely out of power, the federal bureaucracy grinned like leering jackals. Now they could bring even more weight of federal agencies against private citizen Trump, a man with zero power, zero authority, and zero ability to defend himself against the awesome weight of dozens, if not hundreds, of executive branch agencies, prosecutorial offices, and state district attorneys. The federal bureaucracy was very happy upon Biden's inauguration day, and every day since then. They believe they hold all the cards. But they forget one thing: the American voters who put Trump into office in the first place. We remembered that we are a constitutional republic. We are witnessing the daily appropriation of power by a centrist police state, and we know that this is not the America as founded or the one we grew up in. We are watching a giant federal bureaucracy flex its power, its authority, its sheer might to crush one man. But that man is every man. He's Donald Trump. And so the left has miscalculated in 2024. In everything. They believe that in crushing one man, they are crushing a cult of personality. With Trump crushed, gone, defeated, and imprisoned, the American people will go back to begging forgiveness of our Washington masters. We will go back to agreeing with the network news and laughing at the anti-Trump jokes of paid late-night comedy hosts who haven't dispensed any comedy since 2016. We will go back to loving the federal government and all that it gives us, even though it takes far more from our wallets than we ever get back. As federal bureaucrats make their friends, relatives, spouses, and presidential sons rich off our money, they buy influence around the world and here at home with our money, our paychecks, our life savings. And then they have the arrogance to call us racist, bigots, supremacists, and nationalists if we object to rich white Democrats stealing our money.
China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man. They can't even figure out how to deal with the fact that they have this great division between the China Sea and the mountains in the west.
No, it was never a cult of personality around Donald Trump, and we will continue to take back our nation from the elites who would lord over us from their walled, gated, armed mansions. And that is the biggest miscalculation and mistake of all of those who were celebrating at this latest rigged trial that they got Trump on this week. You haven't got anything. You appointed yourselves as gods over us and told us that we were wrong, unpatriotic to vote for Donald Trump. No, you are unpatriotic, and you divided our country for power. No longer. In 2024, we fight to take our country back. Not for Donald Trump, not for the Mar-a-Lago resort. We fight to take back America for our families, our loved ones, and the future of our children. We will make America great again, and only shallow fools think that in harassing one New York businessman, you have defeated all of America and sent us back to our farms and small businesses in failure and disgrace. Not by a long shot. The Democratic Party is the face of evil in the modern world. You prove this in your actions over our lifetimes, but especially when you have absolute power over the populace. Then we see your true colors. Democrats are not to be trusted with power over other human beings, because we've seen how you behave when you gain power, and when you want to force others to continue granting you that power. No longer. This year, we take back our country. Liberty or death. Live free or die. Don't tread on me. These are the slogans of the American Revolution, and they apply in 2024 just as much as they applied in 1776. Thank you.